Good afternoon and welcome to the campus of SUNY Plattsburgh, where the Cardinals are getting set to host Brockport in the semifinal round of the SUNYAC tournament. I'm Jamie Scavato, and you're watching Plattsburgh State Lacrosse on the Northeast Sports Network. The Cardinals have reached the postseason for the sixth straight season, and they've got a chance to advance to the conference championship game by knocking off the same Brockport team that ended their season a year ago. The Golden Eagles, meanwhile, may also have a bit of revenge on their minds. After a loss to Plattsburgh on April 15th, it looked like Brockport may miss out on the postseason altogether. However, the Golden Eagles have won 3 straight, and that has allowed them to earn the 3rd seed in this afternoon's date with the 2nd-seeded Cardinals. Let's get to the starting lineups. First for Brockport, it'll be Tyler Bonilla, Gabriel Coppola, also Michael Drinkwater, Jake Gudici, Colin Blind, Pat Quinlivan, Jake Recor, Stephen Gurin, Zach Cook, Matt Malecki, Joe Makichuk. I'm on a roll already today. Dallas Myers will be starting in goal for the Golden Eagles, who are coached by Ben Weinberg in his 17th season. Plattsburgh starting with Ryan Hubbard, Colin Cunningham, Jake Carroll, Joe Eisman, Brian O'Reilly, Joey Duckham, Sean Hayes, Ryan Callahan, Kyle Espejo, and in the cage it'll be Austin Graham, the junior out of Yorktown Heights, New York. The Cardinals are coached by Joe May in his 2nd season. Plattsburgh coming in with an overall record of 10-5, 5-1 to finish 2nd in the SUNYAC. Brockport, meanwhile, 8-5 overall, finished 3rd in the conference, barely getting into this league tournament. Had to really push hard down the stretch to dig out of an early season hole and get themselves in this position here. However, again, this is the same Brockport team that beat Plattsburgh in the semifinals at their place last season. Of course, this time around, the location has changed. We're in Plattsburgh. Cardinals are at home to open the postseason. As we take it to the face-off circle, 15 minutes on the clock, first quarter about to get underway here from the Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse. The Cardinals and the Golden Eagles for a trip to Saturday afternoon's SUNYAC championship game. Winner will take on either Geneseo, the 4 seed, or Cortland, the proverbial, or perennial, I should say, number 1 seed pretty much every year in the SUNYAC, or at least in recent memory. And this one is officially underway. It will be Brockport coming toward our camera position here in the first quarter. And starting off with it early, it's Zach Cook. As it gets back around to midfield, picked up by Brendan Fitzgerald. Or actually, rather, that's Colton Oliver. As you get those initial switches, usually that's what goes down. You get a starting lineup, and then about 3 seconds later, you get players switching out once the face-off is complete. Cook again takes it in up the right side, up that right alley, just to the outside of the box. Defended by Matt Howard. Cook puts it up behind the cage. It's grounded, though. Gudici couldn't hang on to it. Picks it up. Defended by Cunningham. Gudici making his way around the cage, back behind the goal line. Push to the far left side. Passes it up to Brendan Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald getting it off to Liam Cannon. Cannon is stopped short as he tries to dodge his way to the inside. The pass now off to Malecki. Matt Malecki behind the cage, coming around the crease on the left side. Push back off. Joey Duckham there to provide the defense. Now it's Gudici trying to work his way around. Maybe a wraparound attempt coming here, but no opening. The pass right up in front of the crease is knocked down, and it's scooped up by Austin Graham. We'll get a flag inside the crease. And that is against Plattsburgh. Brockport will take over and get another opportunity here. So Brockport getting back to work here. Cook again, top side. Passing it back off to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald working around to that left point, now off to the left alley. Spins his way around, makes a move towards the net, bounces it down in front of Graham, and it gets away off to the sideline. And Brockport will get another look at it here. Malecki brings it in and around. Could be another wraparound shot. That one goes wide to the left side of the net. We've seen a few kind of back-to-front attempts rather than trying to pass to someone maybe who's right out open in front or off to the side somewhere with a good angle. There's kind of been a do-it-yourself approach here in these first couple of minutes from the attackers behind the goal line. Plattsburgh now getting its first possession offensively. This one off for Callahan. Callahan looked to go topside. Ball grounded. Taken down in the process was Matt Howard. It is recovered by the Cardinals, who go right back to work here. Mike Gay off to Callahan. Now to Gay. Callahan again. Top side of the box. Whips a shot in. That one bounces off to the left side. These are two of the highest scoring offenses in the SUNYAC Conference. You can expect a lot of points today. But a lot of times when you have two high-powered offenses, sometimes they cancel each other out. Brockport, not as strong defensively as Plattsburgh has been. Cardinals coming into this one ranked second in the SUNYAC offensively in goals per game. And in terms of goals allowed, the Cardinals are also second. Meanwhile, Brockport, right behind the Cardinals in third place in goals per game in the SUNYAC Conference, whereas defensively, the Golden Eagles are fourth. Bottom line, these are two of the, top half teams in the conference. That's why they make it to the conference tournament. A 2-3 matchup here on a cooler than average, relatively windy and overcast Wednesday afternoon in the North Country. Brockport again, now their second offensive possession. Fitzgerald trying to find an opening, misses the cage. It goes to the outside, but Brockport will keep it. Again, you're seeing a lot of direct attacks from Brockport early on here. They're just coming right at Austin Graham from the get-go. But a lot of the shots aren't finding the mark here so far. Austin Bells makes his way down the field on the left side. Passes it off to Hubbard. Hubbard to Callahan. Up top side for Johnston. Now down off to Bells. Bells at the left point. Pass off to Mike Gay. Gay to Bells. Bells back to Gay. And now it's Mahler. Behind the cage for Hubbard. Bells again. Up to Gay. Pass off to the right for Mahler. Cardinals methodically looking for an opening here. Cycling around until something frees up. Bells looked like he might have had a shot up the middle. Gives it to Mahler instead. And now it's Gay passing it off to Bells. Bells dancing his way inside, giving it off to Gay. Back to Mahler again. Mahler dodges his way inside the box, takes the shot, and that one wide also. No score yet. Time kind of flying by here in the first quarter, and it's a shot and a score off the whistle by the Cardinals. And just as I'm talking about how there's no score, we have a score. Plattsburgh on top 1-0 in the first. And that came immediately. You had a missed shot from Mahler as he went wide to the left. And then just immediately after the restart, it was brought around for the score. And I should tell you, who else picking that one up? But Ryan Hubbard, his 42nd goal of the season. That does lead the SUNYAC. And again, the Cardinals take an early lead here, 1-0. Although it took a while, nearly 6 minutes of play transpiring before Plattsburgh was able to put it away. and really doing so on only their second offensive possession. Brockport has really controlled the pace here in the early goings. Speaking of control, that one was collected by Pat Quinlivan. Pass back, now back to Quinlivan again, the long stick. Getting it back to Myers. Myers will now set it free. Brockport coming on the attack now, moving all the way down is Colin Blind. Blind giving it off. That pass nearly getting away from Colton Oliver. Oliver giving it back to Jake Recor. Second unit in for Brockport. Liam Cannon will pick it up. Hang on to it for a moment. Letting his teammates get set here. On the move, it's Cannon again. Spins back to the outside. Fitzgerald. The give top side off to Oliver. Now Fitzgerald again. From the right point, Oliver again. Now Fitzgerald charging in. Long pass off to the outside. Could be a good look here for Brockport. Nice defensive stop by Cunningham to get in front. Immediately cutting off the angle for Matt Malecki. Malecki now trying to work his way around. He has to give it off to Gudici. Great defense by the Cardinals. Sean Hayes getting in the mix there on Gudici to prevent him from seeing a clear path to the cage. Halfway through the first quarter, it's only a 1-0 game here between two of the top three offenses in the SUNYAC. That one goes behind for Gudici. Comes around, takes the shot. That one goes high. We got a flag on the play. Looks like we had a couple of sticks in there on that shot. And so we'll get our first penalty of the game here. It will come, or will go against the Cardinals. Sean Hayes picking up the penalty. He'll sit for a minute here. And now Brockport will go a man up. Golden Eagles struggling a little bit with the advantage, only converting at 24% this season. But regardless, Brockport will go to work here with 60 seconds of a lopsided playing field. Cannon goes back up high, not able to handle the passes. Mark Robinson, it gets away. Battle at midfield for the ball. Still grounded. And finally collected by the Cardinals. Ryan Hubbard picks it up. And Hubbard's on the move inside. High arcing pass to Callahan. Coming up on 10 seconds to go in the man up. So Hayes about to be released here. Any second now. And the Cardinals will return to full strength. Now on the move, it's Cunningham. Makes his way around towards the left point. And the Cardinals taking their time here, not rushing anything here in the first. Only 5 minutes left in the first quarter, or inside 6 minutes to go, I should say. Low scoring game here. You got to think that that's not going to last. Back out in front of the cage, it's Bells. Up top for Mahler. Mahler working his way inside. He's on the right side of the cage, towards the right side of the box. Pass off to Hubbard. Hubbard trying to work his way around. Doesn't have anywhere to go with it. Passes off to Callahan. Callahan now trying to back in. Ball on the ground. Callahan picks it up. And taking the shot, and it goes wide. Callahan missing. Inside 5 to go now. 4:57 on the clock. We'll get a stoppage and a restart for Plattsburgh here as the shot went out, but the Cardinals hanging on to it. It'll be Joe Minnow to have it. Minnow giving it off to Callahan. And a shot, and that one goes up and over the crossbar. Well out of play. Cardinals will get another look at it here. Coming up on 4.5 to go in the first. And it's Callahan giving it off to Bells. Cross to Mahler, now back to Bells again. Bells trying to dance his way through. Steps and turns back out, give to Mahler now. Mahler across to Minnow. Minnow fires it towards the cage. It bounces in front where it's collected by Myers. And here comes Brockport. 4 minutes to go. Passes off to Jack Robinson. The shot and a score by Brockport. And the Golden Eagles find the equalizer with Jake Gudici. His 35th of the season. So we're tied up at 1, inside 4 minutes to go in the first. And you can take a look at the replay here. Gudici picking it up off the fake. Works his way around to the other side of the cage and got the open side of it. Past Austin Graham. But everybody bit on that fake, Graham and the defense included. 3:53 to go in the first. It's only a 1-1 game, but these two teams are just getting started here. When they played on April 15th, the score was 15-11. And both of these teams average over 11 points a game. Cardinals are up around 14 points per game. So again, expect some fireworks this afternoon, even though we haven't really seen it yet. Cardinals hanging on to it defensively. Really taking a sort of easy approach to this. I don't want to say easy. I'm kind of trying to find a better word for it, but they're definitely comfortable with slowing things down here today, which against a team that really wants to come at you head on the way Brockport does, maybe not a bad idea. Mike Gay off to the left. Gets it off to Kevin Litchauer. Litchauer from the left side of the box, inside 3 minutes to go in the first. Litchauer spins around top side. He looks for an opening. That goes wide to the left. Cardinals will keep possession here. This is how the Cardinals scored the first time, was right off a whistle. This time it's Hubbard getting pushed all the way to the outside. No easy opportunity for him this time. The pass was wide out to Brandon Heimbuck. Had to make a diving stop on it. The give now to Mike Gay, top of the box. Gay dodging his way in. Drinkwater trying to push him out. Pass goes back to Heimbuck. And now back off to Gay again. Gay trying to stop and turn, and Drinkwater is all over him. Gay has nowhere to go and no one to give it to. Finally finds Ryan Hubbard behind the cage. Now back to Gay, who's open this time around. Drinkwater getting right back on him, however. Gay working his way inside, the spin, the shot, that one high up into the netting, and Cardinals will get it back here with 1:46 to go in the first. Pass off to Litchauer. Litchauer works it off to Heimbuck. Heimbuck moving in, facing some serious pressure from Jack Robinson. Now back to Litchauer again. As we approach 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Litchauer working his way in. Spins top side for Heimbuck. Heimbuck is stopped up. And we'll get a timeout here with 1 minute and 1 second to go in the first quarter here. With the score 1-1 between these two teams. Taking a look at some of the stats here. In this game, Plattsburgh with 8 shots already. Brockport with 5. Only 1 penalty so far in this game, so Brockport the only team to go a man up. And the Golden Eagles 0 for 1 with the extra man. 5 ground balls picked up by the Cardinals, 7 for Brockport. Meanwhile, in the Brockport cage, Dallas Myers has 4 saves, whereas despite facing a lot of shots, 5 of them to be exact, Austin Graham hasn't had to save a single one, and the only one that was on goal got by him. Both teams doing a pretty good job clearing it so far, too. Both well over 67% in that regard. Brockport with the face-off advantage, but since we haven't had a lot of goals, we haven't had a lot of face-offs, so it's really only a 2-1 margin for Brockport, who's committed 3 turnovers, by the way, compared to just 1 for Plattsburgh. The Cardinals have caused 1 turnover. Meanwhile, all of Plattsburgh's turnovers have come on unforced errors. And now we are back underway here inside the final minute of the first quarter. And it's Mike Gay passing it off to Austin Bells. Bells now in towards the left side, back behind the cage. Give up to Hubbard. Now Gay down in front for Bells, and as he was spinning around, getting a stick on it was Steven Gurin. That prevented Bells from getting all the way around. The ball went well out of play. Coming up on 30 seconds to go in the first. Tie game at 1 here in the first quarter. A low-scoring affair so far. Hubbard passing it off to Gay. Gay fires and scores. Mike Gay, with 20.7 on the clock, gives Plattsburgh the lead, back at 2-1. And that was an absolute rocket from Gay. And for Mike Gay, that's his 16th of the season. We could take a look at that again. Hubbard getting the pass off to Gay right up the middle, and Gay just fired upper left 90. And there wasn't much Myers could do about that. I doubt he could even see it. For Ryan Hubbard, his 14th assist on the play. And it's 2-1 here in the late stages of the first quarter. Again, 20.7 on the clock. And off the faceoff, chasing it down, Travis Morrow gets knocked away from him, and it's eventually picked up by Zach Cook, although they're deep in the Brockport zone here. Not a lot of time to get a final shot off. Doesn't even look like Brockport's going to attempt it, as this one is sent downfield. Time expires. First quarter comes to a close, and the Cardinals finish the first 15 minutes on top of Brockport. 2-1 the score after 1. We'll take a quick break and come back with the second quarter here from the Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse. I'm Jamie Scavato. This is Plattsburgh State Lacrosse on the Northeast Sports Network. And welcome back to Plattsburgh State Lacrosse on the Northeast Sports Network. Second quarter here getting underway between Plattsburgh and Brockport. The Cardinals up 2-1 after one. Two of the highest scoring offenses in the SUNYAC Conference have been quiet for the first 15 minutes. Cardinals getting goals from Ryan Hubbard and Mike Gay. Meanwhile, Jake Gudici able to get on the board for Brockport. As we get the opening face-off here, and it is collected by Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh will be coming toward our camera position here. Quick shot under the crossbar. Ryan Hubbard's got his second goal of the game. Plattsburgh on top 3-1. I told you that the lack of scoring wouldn't last. And within the first 14 seconds of the second quarter, Plattsburgh extending the lead to 2 here. And it was a quick pass to Ryan Hubbard off the face-off, moving downfield in a hurry, getting on the other side of the defense. And the pass from Joe Eisman facilitating Hubbard's effort. For Eisman, that's actually his first assist of the season. Regardless, it is 3-1 in favor of the Cardinals here. And once again, Plattsburgh on the move off the faceoff. Callahan working his way in. Colin Blind covering. Callahan gets away. Gets away from his second defender as well. That's Stephen Gurin. Works his way all the way to the right side, or left side. Cardinals getting work done at midfield now. Mike Gay, who scored the second Plattsburgh goal, will bring it in. Gay's defended by Robinson. Gay now trying to dodge his way through. Doesn't have an opening. Gives it off to Hubbard. Hubbard up to Mahler. Now around top side for Bells. Callahan picks it up. Cardinals cycling quickly here. It's checked free by Colin Blind. And Blind is unable to pick it up. The Cardinals recover off the ground. A nice check by Blind. He just didn't have any backup in terms of getting after it. And now it's Mahler. Off to Callahan. Callahan looking for a shot, and it's high and out of play. So Plattsburgh will actually turn it over off the attempt by Callahan. So Brockport will take over here. Myers from behind the goal line giving it off to Stephen Gurin. And Gurin will take it downfield, flip the pass high and off to Robinson. And now it's Joe McKeechuk. Brendan Fitzgerald stops and spins and flips it away to Liam Cannon. Cannon to give to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald again handling it. Passes off for Zach Cook. Fitzgerald now passing it off again to Cannon. Now Fitzgerald topside for Brockport. Golden Eagles looking for something here, hanging on to it though. Their shot attempt seemed rushed in the first quarter. This time slowing it down a bit, looking for an opening, and that one is wide to the left and out of play. 12:03 to go in the second. Brockport off the restart. Working around is Gudici. Zigzagging back and forth behind that cage before passing it off to Fitzgerald. Who gives it to Zach Cook. Cook now defended by Howard. Howard keeping Cook out of the box. Cook trying to find a way in or someone to get it to here. And finally Cook was maybe trying to get it out in front to Jake Recor. Instead, it goes all the way to the sideline. However, Brockport recovering and getting right back inside with it. Good recovery by the Golden Eagles. And now it's Liam Cannon. Cannon off to Fitzgerald. And the pass back to Cook. Cook right out front. The shot wide to the right. I'm not sure because it happened quickly. Liam Cannon fired on Austin Graham. Graham might have gotten a stick on that to brush it away, or it was just plain wide. It's tough to tell from here. Gudici tried to get it away. He does get it to Fitzgerald. And Fitzgerald will come up the left side. Flip back to Cook. Now Fitzgerald again on that left alley. Inside 10.5 to go in the first half. 3-1 Plattsburgh. And a low shot. That one gets away as well. That one again coming from Liam Cannon. And I'm not seeing a credit on a save for Austin Graham, so I'm guessing the last shot by Cannon was just plain wide. Looked like Graham might have pushed it away with a stick. Meanwhile, you got to take down a scrum, a flag, and Plattsburgh's got it, but the foul's going to be going against Cunningham in all likelihood. And it will not go against Cunningham because he's still on the field. We'll see who they call this against. And there's nobody sitting on this play, so it was a flag out, but no penalty being served right now. And back behind the cage, it's Gudici, who passes off to Oliver. Oliver now will take it again topside, pass off to the right. They give to Liam Cannon. And this continues to cycle around. Shot by Cannon and a save by Austin Graham, his first of the afternoon. And Plattsburgh will now come back the other way after a long possession by the Golden Eagles. Cardinals in transition with Cunningham. Hubbard back to Callahan. Callahan getting in front, almost had his opportunity, but it was checked away. And picking it up immediately is Chris Irizarry. And now Brockport getting it right back. Golden Eagles had it for a long time the last time down the field, but they were unable to score. We'll see if they can get it done this time. They've definitely been winning the time of possession battle here in the second. Fitzgerald dancing his way in. Pass off to Cook. Now they give the shot down low, and it gets through. A goal by Matt Malecki. And Brockport back within one at 3-2. You knew something had to give with all that time with the ball. And eventually, Brockport was able to strike. Pass from Fitzgerald, off to Cook. Cook turns, gives to his left. And Malecki is there, finding that low angle to beat Austin Graham. A tough shot to hit. But Malecki able to make it go for his fourth goal of the season. 8:19 to go in the first half. It is a 3-2 game. And off the faceoff, Brockport back at it again. We're expecting a tight game today, but not necessarily a tight game that was low scoring. We're expecting a shootout here between these two, especially considering where they rank offensively and how they played each other the last time out. But both teams defending each other pretty well. Although Brockport here in this second quarter has really controlled the pace. Fitzgerald getting after it, but the ball ends up going down. Onto the carpet. Stopped at midfield. Picked up on the other side. The wrong side by Matt Malecki. Offsides, and the Cardinals take over. And here comes Johnston. Johnston the pass. Off to Mike Gay, who has one goal already here for Plattsburgh. Getting inside the box, across the goal line, back behind the cage. He'll hang on to it momentarily. Gay doesn't normally go back there. Normally you'll see Ryan Hubbard and Ryan Callahan patrolling that zone. As you can see, Hubbard behind the cage now. Now they give off to Bells, back out to Gay. Up top for Mahler. Gay again. Inside 7 minutes to go, past the halfway point of the second quarter. Cardinals hanging on to a 3-2 lead. Plattsburgh out shooting its opponent by an 11-10 margin. It's been close in that regard. Although Plattsburgh's been more on target with their shots than Brockport. Gay getting inside. Does he have an opening? He does not. Find someone who does for the score, and it's Austin Bells. Cardinals back up by 2 at 4-2. Austin Bells, his 23rd goal of the season. The senior out of Bayport, New York. Mike Gay picking up the assist, his second point of the afternoon. Ryan Hubbard also has 2 points this afternoon. For Mike Gay, that's his 22nd assist. And it's a 4-2 game here with 6:29 to go in the first half. And it's really a situation where shooting accuracy has been the key here. Brockport's been all over the place with its shots. Plattsburgh has been more on point, although they've been a little bit wild themselves. But that's, you know, you shoot on goal, you got a better chance of scoring. I think that's just common sense. Meanwhile, we get a stoppage here around midfield. Cardinals taking over yet again. This one checked out, falls through the face-off circle. Mahler is there to pick it up off the ground. Checked loose again and collected by McKeechuk. And with 6 minutes to go, McKeechuk has it for Brockport. So the Golden Eagles trying to work it here. Brockport has been able to hang with Plattsburgh. Neither team running away with this thing. It's only 4-2, although the Cardinals do seem to have the upper hand, not just on the scoreboard. And that one is lost in front of Graham. Graham gets on top of it. And the Cardinals will look for a clear here. And getting that clear quickly. Pass off to Hubbard. Right down in front. The shot and a score. Plattsburgh up 5-2. Cardinals getting the transition goal. And a 5-2 lead here in the Suniac semifinal. And for Ryan Hubbard, his second goal of the game. His 43rd of the season. And it was just a rocket of a shot off the side. An off-balance shot to boot. So with 5:07 to go, Cardinals now extending the lead to 3 here. Plattsburgh slowly starting to pull away from Brockport. Plattsburgh, despite being runner-up in the SUNYAC a number of times, despite 6 straight appearances now in the postseason, Plattsburgh yet to find or yet to hit SUNYAC pay dirt. Cardinals hoping this is the year. Of course, Cortland, a very strong team, and Plattsburgh's got Brockport in front of them right now. However, a 5-2 lead. So far, so good. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. And another shot down low, that one by Mahler. The rebound picked up by Mike Gay, gets wide to the outside. A third shot taken by Hubbard. Now the pass goes back out in front after Gay picked up the loose ball. And it goes all the way down to midfield where it's scooped up by Jack Robinson. Robinson sends it downfield. A wild pass is stopped up in front of the crease. Austin Graham trying to get on top of it. Brockport trying to come away with a goal there, unable to do so. And the Cardinals get back in transition on a wild back-and-forth play. Very fast-paced sequence there for what's otherwise been a pretty low-paced game. Mike Gay will hang on to it at midfield. Inside, 4 minutes to go in the first half. Mahler coming in, back behind the goal line. Giving it off to Jake Carroll. Now Hubbard again, already with 2 goals. Passing off to Gay, trying to get his second, and that one bounces away. Cardinals getting it back with 3:24 to go. Carroll has it knocked free, loses his stick in the process. No flag on the play. Got tangled up with Ben Thomas. And Brockport hanging on to it. Plenty of defense, however, by the Cardinals. Cardinals trying to come with a forecheck there. 3 minutes to go, first half. Plattsburgh up by 3. McKeechuk handling it for Brockport. Now the give inside, the shot wide to the outside. Jack Robinson with the attempt. 2:40 to go, and it's running. Brockport restarting with Gudici. Gudici has one of Brockport's 2 goals, trying to get a third one here. A wild shot from the side. We've seen a number of, I don't know if they're ill-advised shots, but they're definitely not shots with open looks or control. But sometimes you got to credit the defense for not giving anyone anything, and then you take what you can get. Another nice move downfield by Kyle Espejo. Callahan shoots that one high and out of play. And once again, Kyle Espejo. You can't under or overestimate the impact he has on this team. We've seen the long stick get downfield on a couple of occasions today. On the last goal there by Ryan Hubbard, it was Espejo who set that thing up by taking it all the way downfield himself in transition. Get a timeout here with 2:04 to go. Plattsburgh on top 5-2. Checking in on the other SUNYAC semifinal, and no surprise here, Cortland is all over Geneseo, 8-0. And Cortland is always the favorite in the SUNYAC Conference, it seems, nearly year in and year out. This year, no exception. And again, right now, Cortland looking like they're about to run away with it against Geneseo. That game also in the second quarter. Both of them had a 4 o'clock start this afternoon. Winner will play. Winners of these 2 contests will play Saturday at 1 o'clock. If Geneseo somehow manages to pull off a major upset and Plattsburgh comes away with a win, that is the scenario in which the Cardinals may actually be at home on Saturday. But the likely deal will be that if Plattsburgh wins this game, they'll be on the road to Cortland on Saturday in what will be a very tough matchup. Although a matchup that Plattsburgh has kind of been waiting for a while. And not to look ahead, but it was the season finale for Plattsburgh. A 12-9 loss at Cortland. That's the only Suniac blemish on the season for Plattsburgh. Cardinals off the restart. 2 minutes to go in the first half. It's Mike Gay passing it off to Litschauer. Back behind the cage for Carroll. Now Ryan Hubbard. Hubbard moving in towards the cage. Stops and spins his way around. Spins back around again. Pass goes up to Callahan. It's knocked down in front of Callahan, who chases it down. Is he going to be able to get after that loose ball? Callahan still trying to get on top of it. Hubbard in there to try and assist as well. Instead, it is scooped up by Colin Blind of the Golden Eagles. And Brockport, with a minute and a half to go, has a chance to close the gap here before the end of the first half. Get a flag on the play, though. Sun is out here at the field house. Clouds have dissipated somewhat, although the wind is not. And we do have a flag on the play. But again, it looks like it's just a flag and no one is sitting here. Oh, actually, there goes Mike Gay. So he will take a knee for 30 seconds on the foul for the Cardinals. So extra man opportunity for Brockport here. A little over a minute to go in the first half. And a pass up top and an easy score with a man up for Brockport. And it looked like that was Pete Barilla. Or sorry, Jake Gudici coming up with his second goal of the game on that effort. As you can see, the pass on the man-up unit up high to Gudici, who made the leap and basically the virtual spike to get that one down. Brockport now back within 2. And the scoring is starting to pick up here for Gudici. It's his second goal of the game, his 36th of the season. 5-3 Plattsburgh, 1:09 to go. That was a man-up goal for Brockport. Not their strong suit, but getting it done. Now fresh off the face-off. Eisman getting it off to Hubbard. They scored once that way already. Hubbard now looking around. He's got nowhere to go. Inside a minute to go in the second. Cardinals going to look to try and reestablish that 3-goal advantage here. Would like to take that into halftime. Bells goes across for Mike Gay, or goes backwards to Mike Gay. Gay with 1 goal and an assist here. Now the pass off to Bells. Gay again on the right point. Gay now back off to Hubbard. Hubbard gets past the goal line, almost found an opening. And we'll get a whistle and a turnover with 15.8 seconds to go. Brockport, they're going to have to hurry if they're going to get one more goal here. But the Golden Eagles do have it and are attacking immediately. And the pass gets away. It's out of play. So the Cardinals will take over with 1.5 seconds to go. And that will do it for the first half. So the Cardinals in a low-scoring affair here, a defensive struggle between these two teams. However, the Cardinals still on top after 2 quarters of play. 5-3, the score in favor of Plattsburgh. We'll take a break for halftime and come back with the final 30 minutes of play here from the Fieldhouse. You're watching the Suniac semifinals between Plattsburgh and Brockport on the Northeast Sports Network.
We know you need Wi-Fi like you need air. That's why we offer free Wi-Fi at breakfast, by the pool, even while you're sleeping. You can exhale now. Enjoy free Wi-Fi and free hot breakfast. Book at Hampton.com for a guaranteed discount. Around here, the early bird gets the waffle. But for all the other birds who could use a few more minutes of sleep, we've got you covered. Enjoy free breakfast on the run and free Wi-Fi. Book at Hampton.com for a guaranteed discount. Let's see, we'll have a free waffle, some free bacon, free eggs. Should we add free syrup? You know what? Let's treat ourselves. Enjoy free hot breakfast with a tall glass of free Wi-Fi. Book at Hampton.com for a guaranteed discount.
Watching your favorite team just got easier. All of the great NSN content, including live video streams, just a click away when you download the new NSN app, powered by LaValley's Home Center and Anderson Windows and Doors.
When you're replacing windows in your home, Anderson 400 series windows give you more. More selection, more performance, more confidence. All from the most trusted name in windows. It's no wonder they're in more homes than any other window. Anderson 400 series windows and doors. We make replacement solutions happen.
The NSN app, powered by LaValley's Home Center and Anderson Windows and Doors, is available for iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. Search Northeast Sports Network in the App Store or Google Play and start enjoying NSN at the touch of a button from anywhere.
And welcome back to Plattsburgh State Lacrosse on the Northeast Sports Network. Second half about to get underway here between Plattsburgh and Brockport. Cardinals with a 5-3 lead here in this Suniac semifinal. Winner most likely to travel to Cortland on Saturday. Currently the Red Dragons are up 10-0 on Geneseo. And again, it's only 5-3 here. A low-scoring game and a close one. Still anyone's game out here. The Cardinals do have the advantage thus far. But this game is far from over. As we get the third quarter underway, Plattsburgh will be going away from our camera position. Plattsburgh with the first possession here. It's Mike Gay. Giving it off to Mahler. Now back to Gay again. They give to Bells. Bells working his way inside the box. Stops and passes it off to Gay. Takes a couple whacks from Drinkwater before passing off to Bells. Now back to Gay again at top side. Mahler to Gay again. We've seen a couple of different approaches from this team, from both of these teams here today. Brockport has been a little more freewheeling offensively, where Plattsburgh has been very controlled. And normally the Cardinals, they kind of shoot at will a lot. It's been a much more subdued approach than what we normally see out of the Cardinals. And thus far, it's been working. Holding the opponent to only 3 goals, leading by 2 here. These two teams combined for 26 goals in the first game that they played just a few weeks ago. Brockport on the move now with Cook. The shot and a save by Graham. And that kind of lends itself to kind of what I was describing offensively. Brockport has just been going straight on. Not a lot of stopping, not a lot of cycling around, just really a straightforward attack, whereas Plattsburgh has been hanging on to it, controlling the pace when they have the chance to, holding on to possessions as long as they can, and when the opportunity's arisen for sort of a transition goal or something that, you know, kind of you can run down the field and get an opening on a breakaway, they've taken advantage of that. It's happened on a couple of spots. Once off of a face-off, and another, you had a great transition move by Kyle Espejo to go coast to coast before passing it off to Ryan Hubbard for a goal. But for the most part, what you're seeing now is what you've gotten. And it's tough to tell if it's because Brockport is doing a good job preventing the sort of havoc that Plattsburgh can wreak offensively, or it's because Plattsburgh is intentionally slowing themselves down in order to control the pace to prevent Brockport's high-powered offense from getting after. So early stages of the third quarter here. Neither team has scored as of yet in the second half. Still 5-3. They are in the second half at Cortland as well. It is still 10-0 as that one got out of hand quickly. Now the pass back for Colton Oliver. Oliver giving it back to Fitzgerald. Brendan Fitzgerald hanging on to it again. Now it's Brockport trying to slow it down a bit here. Stepping inside the box before spinning back out. And a low shot attempt by Liam Cannon, saved by Graham. So Graham's starting to rack up the saves here. Now it's Plattsburgh in transition. Espejo shoots and scores. Kyle Espejo. The long stick gets it done for his third goal of the season. You know, usually your defenders and your long sticks, they don't get in the box score very often. Let's put it that way. They are big on intangibles. And apparently it's his birthday too. So happy birthday to Kyle Espejo. You just put your team up by 3. 6-3 Plattsburgh. Cardinals on the board here in the third quarter. And as I was mentioning before, they announced here over the PA that it was Espejo's birthday, so good for him. I was kind of alluding to the fact that, Espejo really does it all, but it's only his third goal of the season. That's not his job to score. But we've seen the work that he can do in transition. We've seen what he can do defensively, and we've seen what he can do in the middle of the field. And it just so happens on that trip down, it resulted in a score. So 6-3 Cardinals here. At midfield, it's Mike Gay giving it off to Brandon Heimbuck. Heimbuck at the right point. Pass to Heimbuck again, just outside the face-off circle. Heimbuck tries to move his way in, top side of the box, pass off to Gay. Gay flipping it behind the cage, up and over Ryan Hubbard. And that will give possession back to Brockport here. We'll see if Brockport can capitalize on the Plattsburgh turnover. Cardinals haven't exactly been able, or Golden Eagles haven't exactly been able to do much of that today. So 6-3 game here, third quarter, 10 minutes to go in the third. Cardinals out shooting Brockport 19-14, not that much of a margin. Cardinals, however, have been much better with in terms of percentage and getting shots on goal. Although here in the second half, Brockport, the opportunities they've had have been accurate. It's just that Austin Graham has been there to make the save. He's made a couple of big saves here early on in the third. Brockport now cycling around, definitely trying to slow things down a little bit, but still moving quickly out there. I don't know if they know how to go slow. Gudici fires wide again, another wild shot by Brockport attacker. And Brockport bringing it back in, that one down on the ground. It rolls off to midfield. Picked up by Liam Cannon. Cannon, the toss behind to Zach Cook. Cook on the right side of the field, inside, 9 minutes to go. Cook behind the cage, trailed by Johnston. Johnston with the mark. They give the Gudici. Off for Fitzgerald, and that one gets away, but Brockport will hang on to it. 8.5 minutes to go. 8:36 to be exact. 6-3 Cardinals. On top by 3. Trying to hang on to punch a ticket to the Suniac Championship game on Saturday afternoon. Still a long way to go here, and 3 goals is not much to be on top by. If you want to know what a big lead looks like, check the live stats for the Cortland game. That one's getting silly. It's currently 11-1 over Geneseo. Fitzgerald passing it up top, or giving it up high to Liam Cannon, who missed the mark, but Brockport again hanging on. Another long possession. We've seen a couple of these very long possessions. We saw a number of them in the second quarter. If you look at the time of possession, Brockport is actually way up in that metric. Although they've taken a lot of wild shots that have sort of extended these possessions here. Another reason why this game is low scoring. Plattsburgh just hasn't had the time to have the opportunities. Although they've made the most with what they've gotten. Gudici moving in and around. Off the left side of the cage, getting to the left side of the box. Passing it off to Cannon. Now around to Cook. Back to the point for Fitzgerald. Moving his way in. Trying to spin around on the dodge. Getting it back to the goal line. And Fitzgerald absolutely mugged Cook there for the backup. Joey Duck and Brad Johnston both getting in there for the Cardinals. Good heads-up play by Cook to be there for his teammate. And again, extending this possession for Brockport. Cook works his way around. Shot goes away from the cage and out of play. And Brockport will extend this possession even further. Golden Eagles have had the ball for nearly 4 minutes. Started the possession outside of the 10-minute mark. Right down in front. It's knocked away from Gudici. Brockport still with possession. That shot blocked by Duckham. Liam Cannon tried to fire, and Duckham was right in front of it, and he blocked it before it could get to Austin Graham. But Brockport still with possession here, and Graham comes up with the save. Liam Cannon on the attempt, and Graham has it again. And while Graham wasn't all that busy in the first half, he has been money here in the third quarter. Coming up on 6 minutes to go in the third. Only 1 goal so far in the second half. And handle at midfield, it's Fitzgerald. Brockport with possession again. Brockport has spent nearly the entire third quarter with the ball. Yet the Golden Eagles have been unable to score. Will it happen here? Something's got to give when you've got it for that long in this sport. Against a team that is this good offensively, as the Golden Eagles are. It's an 11-point-a-game team. Over that. Moving in. Liam Cannon couldn't get it to go. And look who's got it. It's Austin Graham. Out from the crease to give to Johnston. And across midfield, here come the Cardinals. Scoring opportunity could be looming here for Plattsburgh. Callahan getting it across to Hubbard. Hubbard, the pass off to Mike Gay. Now Joe Minnow in on it. Inside 5 minutes to go in the third. Cardinals aren't really known for their defense. They do have a very strong defense. But they have been putting on a clinic here this afternoon. Minnow. Around to Litschauer. Minnow now moving his way into the box again. Minnow tries to find his man out front. Ends up going behind the cage. It's Hubbard. Brockport able to take it away, and Colin Blind will come down the field now. Really, both teams offensively have been strong. Colin Blind with a long stick. Doesn't have the shot opportunity. He has to turn back. Pass off to Gudici. Meanwhile, we've got a man down at midfield, a penalty coming up here. And that penalty is going to be against Colin Blind. And it looks like we may have a situation where it's a stick to the knee here. 3:46 to go in the third quarter. We'll see if we got that. As you can see, Kevin Litschauer there with Blind. Litschauer coming up behind, and it looks pretty inadvertent. Blind, Litschauer was working his way around Blind, and Litschauer dropped the stick down right into him and took him out at the knee. So we're going to have a penalty, a slashing penalty. That's the right call against, well, it's an obvious call against Colin Blind, but nothing further than that. It definitely wasn't an unintentional hit. Or, I mean, it was an unintentional hit. As in, he didn't do it on purpose. Jake Carroll. Back off to Mahler. Callahan to Mahler. Off to Gay. Mahler now picking it up. Gay again top side. Off to the left. Back to the center for Gay. Mahler to Gay. Quick passes here from the Cardinals. Nice possession. Mahler fires, scores! Cardinals on top 7-3. From the right side, Billy Mahler with his 11th goal of the season. Plattsburgh up by 4. And that goal coming with the man up. As you can see it on the replay, just quick passes with the extra man. Setting up a just nearly picture-perfect man-up goal by Billy Mahler. Mike Gay getting the assist there, his second assist of the game. To go with the goal that he scored back in the first quarter. Meanwhile, a shot and a score right back at the other end by Brockport. Michael Caternolo, the face-off specialist, buries it right off the face-off. 4th goal of the season for Caternolo. And once again, the lead is down to 3 for Plattsburgh. 4th goal of the season for Caternolo. Score now 7-4. So basically that erased the goal from Mahler. At least with this stage in the game. Under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Off the face-off, Plattsburgh trying to get control here. Contact and a scrum at midfield. We'll get a stoppage, a violation, and Brockport will take over. Brockport has just had serious control here in terms of time of possession. It is amazing that they haven't been able to pick up more goals. However, if you've got the ball for a long time and you don't score, sometimes you've got the ball for a long time because you haven't scored. Especially if you look at the face-off statistics, it's 7-7. They're dead even in that category. Both teams have scored with the extra man today as well. And in terms of shots, I mean, really almost every statistical metric is even. Save for the fact that Plattsburgh has actually turned the ball over more than Brockport. And that sort of speaks to the short offensive possessions that we've seen Plattsburgh have. And they've turned it over on their own end of the field a number of times. Yet here they are, up 7-4. But it's a lead that's fragile. Or it appears that it could be. 8 saves in this game by Austin Graham. 5 at the other side for Dallas Myers, and most of those coming in the first half. And likewise for Austin Graham, most of that coming here in the third quarter. He has had a monster third quarter. Possibly single-handedly keeping Plattsburgh on top. Inside a minute and a half to go here. Cardinals do have possession. Now it's really about avoiding the turnover. You don't want to let Brockport back in this game. They're not far out of it. Mahler, the pass off to Minnow. Minnow hanging on to a top side. 1 minute to go, third quarter. Minnow spins his way around, shoots high, out of play. And this will extend the possession for Plattsburgh. 53.9 on the clock in the third. Game that's moved very fast here due to the fact that it is low scoring. Will that change in the fourth? A shot doesn't get through. That one was saved by Myers. That one looked like it might have made it, but not the case. Inside 30 seconds to go. Brockport's going to get another look at it here. And an open shot. That one bounces past Graham. Joe McKeechuk was wide open. Now it's Malecki. Off the restart, giving it off to Gudici. Gudici on the right side, trying to find Cook up front. Or actually, rather, that was Jake Recor he's trying to find up front. And the pass intercepted by Chris Rupp. And Plattsburgh sending it downfield as time expires in the third. A huge interception for Chris Rupp, preventing the final shot for Brockport. And the Cardinals, after 3 quarters of play, hanging on to a 7-4 lead here in the SUNYAC semifinal. We'll take a break and come back with the final period of regulation. It's a tight one here at the Fieldhouse, and it's been all defense for the Cardinals. Plattsburgh on top, 7-4 after 3. We'll be back on the Northeast Sports Network. And welcome back to Plattsburgh State Lacrosse on the Northeast Sports Network. I'm Jamie Scavato. Beginning of the fourth quarter here between Plattsburgh and Brockport. Score 7-4 in favor of the Cardinals. SUNYAC semifinals. A date with, I mean, you can almost go ahead and call it now. A date with Cortland looming on Saturday afternoon down in Cortland. And I say that because the Red Dragons are up 14-1 on Geneseo. So I'm guessing that one is probably in the bag for the 4th-ranked team in the country. So whoever wins this game has some serious competition on Saturday, a nationally ranked opponent, a top 5 opponent, waiting in the wings to take on the winner of this one. Well, not waiting in the wings yet. They have to get off the field first. So at this point, that's all theoretical. Either way, Plattsburgh coming toward our camera position, as you can see here in this final quarter of regulation. And I say of regulation because I'm not counting Brockport out of this one yet. Down by 3, not by much. And they've been doing a very good job forcing turnovers. Plattsburgh has had a few unforced errors as well. Brockport's been unable to capitalize thus far. Also, Plattsburgh defensively has been astounding. In particular, Austin Graham has been fantastic here in the second half. Cardinals are going to need that to continue if they're going to hang on. And, get a little offense as well. Mike Gay from behind. Going back up front, the shot saved by Myers. Myers kicking away the attempt by Heimbuck. And Brockport taking over here. And we've seen this all afternoon, where Brockport has gotten at certain points 5, 6, 7 chances on an offensive possession. Plattsburgh very often has come down, taken a shot, and that was all that they get. Meanwhile, a takeaway by Ryan Hubbard, and they're going to call the foul on Hubbard. Nearly a huge turnover for the Cardinals there, which would have been a big opportunity. But to kind of give you an indication of how even this game is, in shots, Brockport actually outshooting Plattsburgh 25-23. Both teams have scored 1 goal with a man up. Both goals are virtually dead even, 24-25 in ground balls. Brockport on top by 1. In terms of saves by the goalkeepers, you got 8 for Graham, 7 for Myers. In clears, the Cardinals are 10 for 11. Brockport a perfect 12 for 12. As you can see here, Brockport another possession. if time of possession was a stat that I had on me here, Brockport would be way up. Again, they still find themselves down by 3. And now it's Fitzgerald moving in, looks for the shot. Bounces in front, and Graham's got it again. Another save by Austin Graham. And the Cardinals moving in transition. Espejo taken down hard. Ball loose. Callahan's got it. Shoots it. It never got to the net. That was blocked by Steven Gurin. And Gurin trying to get to it. Covers it up. We'll get a flag on the field here. And perhaps things are starting to come unglued. It is playoff lacrosse after all. You expect the attitude to get ratcheted up at some point. I'm going to keep going through the stats here where we got a little bit of a break. Because I'm just trying to show how even this game is, despite what you're seeing on the scoreboard. Face-offs, 8-7 in favor of Plattsburgh. Turnovers, 12-10 in favor of Brockport. And in caused turnovers, both teams even at 5. Meanwhile, we have Plattsburgh with a man up, already with 1 goal with the extra player. Now a chance to get another one here. Mike Gay giving it off to Johnston. Now to Gay again. Pass off to Callahan. Callahan finding Mahler. Mahler back to Gay, top side. Back to Mahler again. Same sort of strategy you saw last time with the quick passing. You don't want to let the defense get settled here. Bells. Up top for Gay, now Mahler again, who scored with the man up last time. Callahan now with the opportunity, and he misses the shot wide, high, and into the net on the back. Cardinals will still hang on to it, although Brockport has returned to full strength. So when you look at the metrics in this game and you see how even everything is, you got to wonder where the difference is. And I really think the difference has just been in accuracy with shooting. Brockport's been a little more wild, and there's a shot and a goal by the Cardinal. No, that was stopped. I thought that found the back of the net. What a save by Kelly. That shot looked like it had upper 90 written all over it, and instead, it was right in there on Kelly. Score remains 7-4. And Brockport again with possession here. Goaltending in this game has been fantastic. Again, 9 saves for Graham, 7 for Myers. I think I called him Kelly a moment ago. Those things happen. Cook now with it for Brockport along the left side. Passes off to Gudici. Gudici out in front, and Brockport is on the board in the 4th. Point-blank shot by Jake Recor, and it's 7-5. And Gudici coming up with the assist. Let's get another look at it here. Right out from behind, the old back-to-front pass from behind the cage to right in front of the crease. And the pass finding its way to Jake Recor for the score. Recor is 21st goal of the season. Score is now 7-5. And for Gudici, that's actually his, not his second assist of the game. He's got 2 goals in this game. That's his first assist. 3 points now in the afternoon for Gudici, though. So Plattsburgh now hanging on to a 2-goal lead inside 10 minutes to go in regulation. And it's Ryan Hubbard giving it off to Callahan. Callahan behind the cage, off to the right side. Spinning is Litschauer. Hanging on to it, working his way into the box. Litschauer stepping back. Top side, Mike Gay now with the ball. Gay works his way around, looks for the opening, and he misses off to the right. Kind of a wild shot by Gay. He was defended well. 7-5 the score. Hubbard passing up front. Gay's got an opening, and he finds the back of the net. You saw that play unfolding the minute Ryan Hubbard locked up with Gay. And the lead is back up to 3 for the Cardinals. And for Mike Gay, his second goal of the game here. Hubbard assisting on both of them. And again, it is 8-5 Plattsburgh. Hubbard now with 5 points this afternoon, 3 goals, 2 assists. Coming up on 8.5 minutes to play in regulation. Cardinals with possession again, and Jake Carroll's got not a friend in sight. He turns it over. Brockport will get the possession here. Golden Eagles are far from out of this game, though. I really have to stress that. The Cardinals have played a fantastic game defensively. Offensively, we've seen them get the goals they need, but we've also seen them sputter. And it's Liam Cannon underhanding it off to Cook. Inside 8 minutes to go. Time running out on Brockport's season here, but they're only down by 3. All it takes is one big run, and things change in a heartbeat. Gudici. Stepping back out towards the box, back behind the goal line. Working his way in. Ball is checked loose, and it's picked up by Joey Duckham. Credit the cause turnover to the Cardinals. Plattsburgh now looking to complete the clear, doing just that. As bringing it in is Nick Delarada. Delarada getting it off to Callahan. Now Litschauer shoots. Saved by Myers. Nice bounce attempt by Litschauer. Brockport getting down to the other end of the field in a hurry. Golden Eagles got to start moving quickly here. Not exactly in a position to take their time anymore past the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Pass going off to Cook. Cook behind the goal line, defended by Johnston. Pass going off, and a shot goes wide from Cannon. I think that might have gotten the post. 6:22 to go. Brockport will keep possession on the restart. Second chance here. Cannon gets it off to Cook. Cook stepping in and back out again. Got to think some timeouts are coming soon here. Gudici backing in, and it's knocked loose. We'll get a flag on the play, however. A flag on the play. Gudici was mugged out there. 3 different Plattsburgh defenders getting on top of him. And usually when that happens, a flag's coming out at some point. And in this case, it's Joey Duckham who draws the penalty. So Brockport now a man up for 60 seconds. Huge opportunity here for the Golden Eagles. Extra man unit is out there. Mark Robinson. Watches it go out of play. Restart again. This time Gudici. Robinson. Back to Gudici. Shoots. And that's in for the goal. Second man-up goal of the game for Brockport. And the Golden Eagles are still in this game. And Gudici does it again. Credit the assist to Mark Robinson, his 19th of the season. Meanwhile, for Gudici, yet another goal today. He's got 3 of them, and he's got 37 on the season. So 8-6 the score now. And off the face-off, Brockport has it again. But the takeaway by the Cardinals, it's Joey Duckham again. And Plattsburgh gets the turnover and possession here. Now the Cardinals just need to clear it to the other side of the field, which will be easier said than done at this stage in the game. Matt Howard moving in, pushed around. Finds Hubbard. Hubbard behind the goal line. Picks it up, passes it off to Austin Bells. Inside, 5 minutes to go. Cardinals up by 2, trying to hang on here. A very game opponent in Brockport. However, Brockport has never led in this contest. Plattsburgh has led the entire way. It gives you the impression that this game isn't as close as it is. Mike Gay bounces one in front of Myers. It goes out of play. Cardinals will hang on to it. Hubbard starts it off. Quick pass off to Mahler. Now Bells shoots. Up high, out of play. Plattsburgh will keep it. 4:16 to go. A date with Cortland is on the line. The number 4 team in the nation will face the winner of this game. Bells to Gay. Back off to Mahler. And now to Hubbard. Hubbard behind the goal line. Stops and slips on the turf. Slipping again on the turf, but maintaining possession. Hubbard around. Tried to pass it out in front. Instead, it's picked up by Jack Robinson, and Robinson is on the move downfield. Fast break by Jack Robinson. Pass goes up. The shot, and a score by Brockport. Gudici has 4 goals today and a massive turnover, resulting in a 1-goal difference between these two teams. Back-to-back goals by Jake Gudici. This is an 8-7 game. And there's a man down on the field. And you could see it there. Jack Robinson, the guy who got the interception and made his way down the field so quickly, took a huge hit. And he is laid out on the field right now with 3:31 to go. So 8-7 the score here. You knew that this game was way too tight to be that far leaning in Plattsburgh's advantage. And while we're happy to see Robinson up on his feet again, as he took a big hit after a spectacular effort. getting that ball down the field as fast as he did, making that interception, a heads-up play, and then taking off in transition, getting the pass quickly to Gudici, who buried it for the score. And his 4th goal of the game. And I've been saying over and over, this thing is far from over, and it feels even farther from over than it did before. 3:31 on the clock. It is a 1-goal game between Plattsburgh and Brockport again. This game has not even been tied. It hasn't been tied since it was 2-2, or 1-1, I should say, back in the first quarter. Ever since then, Plattsburgh has led the entire way. Brockport has never led in this game. Could it be a situation where the one time Brockport takes the lead would be the moment they win this game? Will Plattsburgh hang on? Johnston carrying it for the Cardinals. Giving it off to Litschauer. Pass back to midfield. Back off to Bells. Litschauer handling it. 3 minutes to go. Cardinals slowing things down. Definitely the right idea. Just try and keep that ball in your possession as much as you can. Find an opening when you can. Or try to create advantages without forcing it. Gay off to Bells. Bells up high for Callahan. Callahan was inside, had to step back out. Now Hubbard gets around. Pass right out in front. And Carroll's got the score. Jay Carroll takes the feed from Hubbard. And I think they waved that one off. Indeed they did. No goal for Carroll. He was inside the crease. And instead of a goal, it's a turnover. And what's Brockport going to do with this new lease on life? The pass off to Liam Cannon. They give to Brendan Fitzgerald. It's a Brockport team that's won 3 straight games. Their last loss was to Plattsburgh back on April 15th. The Cardinals missed out on a shot at a Suniac championship last season after losing to Brockport in the semifinals. And there's less than 2 minutes to go here. Brockport looking for the equalizer. Gudici, already 4 goals, gives to Liam Cannon. Cannon fires and misses. 1:32 to play. And we'll get a timeout. I was wondering when that was going to happen. 1:32 to play. Plattsburgh clinging to an 8-7 lead here. You were expecting a close one today. Maybe not as low scoring as it's been. This game is as advertised. And we could take a look at that almost goal by Jake Carroll again here, as the pass came from Hubbard. Carroll was inside the crease, and he went flying into Dallas Myers. Well, you can't do that. So that would result in a no-goal. So what could have been really the difference maker, or the nail in the coffin, so to speak, waved off, and now down at the other end of the field is where we're sitting. Brockport with possession, down by 1, 1.5 minutes to play. Plenty of time to even this thing up. Maybe set up a last-minute shot or to set up overtime here. Just before 6 o'clock at night here. And Brockport will go to work. Cook tried to go quickly out front. Nearly got away. Duckham nearly picked it up. Instead, it was Gudici now from behind, trying to feed somebody up front. Plenty of guys sitting in front of that cage. Austin Graham is lying in wait whenever the shot will come. Cook works his way around. Espejo getting on top of him. Ball grounded, but picked right back up by Fitzgerald. 1 minute to go in regulation. Fitzgerald on the spin will get a whistle and another timeout. Time to strategize here. So leading the way for Brockport today, it's been, well, their primary asset in terms of offense, and Jake Gudici. Came into the game with 34 goals in the season. He's got 4 more. Also has an assist with 5 points. Mark Robinson with a couple of assists as well. Both of those assists coming on Brockport's 2 man-up goals. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, it's Ryan Hubbard leading the way. No surprise there. 3 goals, 2 assists. Mike Gay with 3 points as well. 2 goals and an assist. And just for fun, we can check in on Geneseo and Cortland, and the score is 16-1. So Cortland is way up on the Knights of Geneseo. Here we've got 48.9 seconds left, and Brockport's got the ball down by 1. Fitzgerald to kick it off and pick up where he left off for the Golden Eagles. And it's knocked loose. Checked free by Espejo, and he's got it. Another massive play by Kyle Espejo. What hasn't he done today? Cardinals coming down the field inside 30 seconds to go with possession. Hubbard getting chased down. Is it going to be check free? Pass goes up and over Callahan. Cardinals trying to control it, and we'll get a timeout with 11.2 on the clock. Cardinals with the ball after the huge check by Kyle Espejo. Telling you, that dude has done everything out there today. He's scored, he's forced turnovers, he's laid out hits. He's brought it downfield in transition, he's assisted. He's really gotten that long stick in on everything. And it is an 8-7 game, and he may have made the play that saved this contest for the Cardinals on that last possession. So the final 11.2 seconds are up on the clock. Brockport breaking after the timeout. Cardinals will be coming out of the huddle in a second here. And again, Plattsburgh with possession. Anything can happen here with the time that's left, although there is not much time left, and there are fewer things that could happen now than that could have happened 40 seconds ago when Brockport was pressuring with possession down by 1. So it'll be Ryan Hubbard to get things started here. Cardinals need to run down the clock and punch their ticket to the Suniac Championship. Hubbard's got to get it away. And we've got a whistle here. Hubbard was taking a number of hits out there. We'll restart with 9.4 on the clock. The clock never started. So Hubbard will run out to where Johnston was. I mean, the clock doesn't start until the first pass is off anyway. But so now we'll get it going here. 9.4 left. That's all the Cardinals got to kill to win this game, a hard-fought game. And there's the whistle. And on the move is Hubbard. Behind the cage, 5 seconds to go. He just has to hang on for 3 more seconds. 2, 1, and that will do it. The Plattsburgh State Cardinals are headed to the Suniac Championship game with an 8-7 win over Brockport. A spectacular defensive effort by a team better known for its offense. And a spectacular game in the midfield by Kyle Espejo. A gem of a performance, especially in the third quarter, by Austin Graham. And all in all, an effort that was enough to get the job done here at home on a Wednesday afternoon. So while it's not official yet, they still have about 8.5 minutes to go out at Cortland. In all likelihood, the next opponent for the Plattsburgh State Cardinals will be the number 4 team in the country in Cortland. That game set to take place on Saturday afternoon at Cortland. If Cortland can hang on to its 16-3 lead. Meanwhile, we're done here. Plattsburgh back in the championship game yet again. Will this be the year that the elusive Suniac Championship finally comes home to the North Country? Thank you for tuning in from wherever you've been tuning in from. The final one last time here from the Fieldhouse. Plattsburgh 8, Brockport 7. I'm Jamie Scavato. You've been watching Plattsburgh State Lacrosse on the Northeast Sports Network.